Yo, what is up, boys? It is me, boy with earring. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a Persona characters tier list. Now, you can first of all haven't played. This is just the characters from games I have not played. So okay. I'm gonna try and remember these guys' names. Ulala from Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. Katsuya, I want to say. Baofu. Jun. Don't know. Also don't know. I feel like I'd probably know his name if you showed it to me though. Sophie, don't know him. Matis? I think her name is Matis. Yeah, basically I haven't played Eternal Punishment at all. I've not met Jun in Innocent Sin yet. And I haven't played like any spin-off except for Arena Ultimax, which admittedly those are pretty good. So yeah. So we're gonna be starting a few little ground rules, okay? So first of all, S plus, S, A plus, A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now, we're also going to be doing some of the main characters, right? The main characters, we're going to be just looking at them as in like external media, because if we look at them in just the games, it'd just be like guy, other guy, other guy, you know. So we're going to look at them in other media, like the like any mangas, any anime. Hell, they might even have other appearances, and you know, what's the name? What's the word? Spin-offs, yeah. So we're gonna start with Naoya Todo / Boy with the Earring. I'm not gonna lie, as someone who's read the Persona 1 manga, A+. If you don't know Persona 1 manga, it's I don't know why it exists, but it's surprisingly good. I don't know why, but like I unironically really recommend it. It's good. Like honestly, if you said to me, "Hey, you gotta make a Persona," if someone said to me, right, "Hey, you're gonna have to make a Persona 1 manga," right? I would not take it in the ways they did. Because like, they get a lot of things from the actual game, but they change a lot of things about it, and I think it honestly really works. You know? Maki Sonomura, I want to say? The A... No, B. B is pretty much... No, C is like the average, and B is I like you, but I don't like care all too much about you. And yeah, Maki is cool, but I think a big problem, and it's going to be with all of these guys, I really don't care for any of them. Well, I should probably explain now. Yeah, the reason why he's so high is because they make him really interesting in the manga. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. So like, it's a really obscure, and I honestly just want you guys to read it for yourself. It's surprisingly decent. So yeah, and then Masayo C, Nanjo C, Hidehiki C, Eriko C, Ayase C, Reiji. Reiji goes in D solely because of the way. It's like every old school JRPG, right? Where to unlock a character, he had to go through like the most asinine way of doing things, right? And it's just not fun. Like, imagine being the first guy to discover Reiji. Like, you'd just talk to some random guy, go to some random place the game never told you about, and then do something else. It's like, what is this game? I don't know. So yeah. Yukino, I don't remember her last name. Yeah, she goes in C. I really like her design, but the problem is with Yukino, right? She's not there for like half of the game. Like, she's in the very beginning in the hospital. Yeah, and that's it. I don't think she's like a little bit of Ice Queen, I think, and she's just not at all in like the base story after that. So, okay, it's gonna be really tough for me to talk about since like I haven't played much of Innocent Sin, but I'm just gonna put Tatsuya in. No, honestly, I think it's just for the best if I just put these guys in. Haven't played because I actually am not that far in Innocent Sin at all. So yeah, I was thinking when I was doing this, like, oh, we can do that. No, I can't. Makoto Yuki / Minato Arisato / like the 6 names the stage play gives him. Maybe A. We'll keep it in A for now, but like depending on what other characters put in A, right, we're gonna move around a little bit. So the thing is with Minato, I'm gonna call him Minato because you know I've got Makoto over it. I don't want 2 Makotos. That's gonna get confusing. But yeah, the thing is with Minato's a very like he's cool. And like I do really like the way they showed like his really realistic interpretation of like, depression and all that. But again, he's a protagonist. He's kind of always going to struggle because of that. Yukari Takaba. Okay, this is important. How much of the answer do I put into this, right? Because from what I've heard about the answer, right, the Yukari's insufferable, and even in like the base game, she's not that. I'm gonna put her in C. Again, Yukari's biggest problem is that she's just really unlikable in a lot of parts of the game. Like, I'm sorry, but Yukari's just like half the time she's just like, hey, you stupid Junpei, and like half it's, and also just in general, like there's the scene where like she finds out that she finds out the secret between like his like her father's death, right? And she gets like really upset, right? And like that scene like just ends. You like immediately sort it out, and it's like what? It's very stupid, you know. It's like it's not very well. Yukari's definitely a character where like I think they were trying to do like too much with her, you know. I don't know. Again, this is gonna be weird. Some of these things. The man himself, Junpei Iori, goes in a. Junpei is just cool. There's really not so much to say. He's like the first of the bro characters, and in my opinion, I think he's just a very good bro character. I think it's more just the fact like, in a weird way, he benefits from not having a social link, if that makes sense. You'd think not being able to personally know the character wouldn't be as good, but honestly, I think that's something Persona 3 did really well. To an extent, I still think not being able to actually hang out with them is dumb, but like giving the main characters more like actual things to do in the story. Why is that not in the other games? You know, it means a lot of the characters just feel really sidelined, especially in another game we're going to be talking about, where a lot of the cast feels like they have the moment and that's it. But okay, Akihiko Sanada, funny protein F. Okay, I was only gonna put him in F tier because the spin-offs ruined him. He's B. I like him and Shinji. I think him and Shinji, especially like after like what happens to Shinjiro, where he's like, "Did you see that, Shinji?" Like after you defeat an enemy, it's like, "Oh, I like that." In general, I think he's. Oh, do I move him up to? No, I don't think he made that much of like an impact, if that makes sense. Like I wasn't like, you know, it's tough. Okay, Mitsuru Kirijo. How does someone look like a teenager and also a MILF at the same time? But yeah, she goes in A+, yeah. Her design is one of my favorites in the series, not just because Wooba is just a nice looking design, you know. Something I think in general Persona has really good character designs. Like that's something even from like that first game I really like a lot of the like character designs from the first place. That's what I have to say. Is it just me? I also look like she's from an entirely different manga. I don't know why. Like she looks like entirely different, especially in the manga. I can't be able to get a picture right up now, but she looks completely different. She just gets standard shoujo protagonist. But yeah, Mitsuru is cool. Insert funny Marine Korean joke. I played Portable, so you know. I'm sorry, but the tactics menu is just asinine. What? Asinine, oh. Fuki Yamagishi. The enemy! Oh my god. So yeah, Fuka Yamagishi, she goes in B. No, yeah, her voice. Yeah, her voice is just really insufferable. Not insufferable, but just not that nice to listen to. It's not like a voice I can listen to. It's like, oh, this is pleasing. Yes, this feels very nice. This feels very, very good. Yes, feels very good. Very, very good. Yes, yes. You know, it's just, I don't know why I've been pushed for that, but yeah, I just don't. Again, I do like, again, how they give her the ultimate persona and all that in story. That's something I really like. But again, she's the navigator. That always is going to, like, hinder a character, because it's just kind of like they're the navigator. What do they do that's so special? I guess she's kind of overrated. That being said, I still really like her. I think the idea of like anti-shadow weapons and the whole thing of like, oh, I need to like have a soul and all that was a cool thing. Also, she is like easy one. Like I don't think Persona 3 is that funny, but when it was funny, I definitely think it worked a lot more because it wasn't like the wacky Scooby-Doo anime hijinks like Persona 4. I think Aegis is definitely like a character I really like, and I think she's also involved in one of the best scenes of anything ever, and that's the end of Persona 3, which makes me really sad every time. Gormaru, C. They're a dog. What do I say to that? They go woof. Ken Amada. Yeah, this guy goes in D. First of all, why the ever-loving fuck can you date them in, like, the FemC route? What is that? That is really making me, like, that's just really creepy, honestly. He's like, how old is he? He's like 11 or something, right? And it's just like, oh no, this is not good, you know? It's just not, it's just, ugh. Yeah, and also he's directly responsible for like Shinjiro's death. And that's not even something I want to say is like, oh, it's good. No, it's just, I just don't like it, okay? He's just a very, he's just weird, okay? I must admit, he's probably the best party member. I don't know why he's such a tank, but I'm not complaining that he is. Hang on, give me a second. Wait, why the Why is Ryoji in FemC? Okay, just go with it. Yeah, Shinjiro Agatsuki, I think that's what his name is. He gets B. I like Shinjiro. I think he's definitely good, but at the same time, he's also, you know, not the. Thing of Shinjiro, right? He's definitely a character I think he needed a bit more time to be there. Like, I think I can see why he has fans. He's definitely, like, a lot of these, like, C, B tier characters, I'm so, like, why, like, so many people like them so much. I can see why so many people like Shinjiro, right? Shinjiro is really cool. I think his design is yet another one of my favorites. But at the same time, like, I just think he just needed more screen time. And again, I think the idea of the fake persona thing, like the whole, not the fake, the persona suppressor thing was good. But again, it's one of those things that's just kind of like, I just, you know, it's hard to talk about these things sometimes, okay? Then we're going on to social link category, okay? These ones are probably going to be a lot quicker. Who knows? I don't know. I have no script for this video, if you can tell by my rambling. Denji, right? Denji? Was it Kenji or I'm gonna go with Denji. This guy's a B. He feels very out of place in Persona 3. Like, admittedly, he's very, like, he feels more like a Persona 4 one, and this whole, like, he's very casual, very jokey. And I kind of like that. I kind of like how he's not, like, every other, like, social link in Persona 3 is just depressing. Can we just agree on that? Like, it's like, really depressing. But I kind of like how there is, like, this one guy who's just, I want to date my teacher. And, like, he thinks he does, but he doesn't. Not really much to say that he's just, like, he's just nice. He's a nice, welcome change of pace, even if he's the first one you meet. But still, Hidetoshi, this guy is, like, okay. I have a confession. I haven't actually, what the fuck have I just done? Yeah, I have a confession. I've actually not completed this guy's social link. Wanna know why? So I don't know what the hell you're meant to do. You're gonna put this guy a D. Because here's the thing, right? Thing about Hidetoshi. Hidetoshi, he's like, there's like it's like a 1 or 2 month like wait of like his rank 3, I wanna say. Yeah, and it's like you have to just wait, and he's just there occasionally in the hallway. It's like, I'm on the like hunt to see who has that cigarette. Like, what? And yeah, I literally didn't even get the thing completed because I genuinely don't know. Was I meant to do something? Like, I don't know how you're meant to continue it, because I remember hearing it's like a giant gap or something. The old couple, they're fine. They're fine. Not really much to say about them. This is Kazuichi, not the Danganronpa cringe one. This guy is B. Again, I like him. He's just like, he's the first real introduction to the game's overall theme of like trying it, like, to avoid inevitable, if that makes sense. That's a big thing in Persona 3. And he's like the first real introduction of it, and I think he is like a good, like, not as serious example. Because there's one character, you all know what I'm talking about already, right? If you've played Persona 3, right? Who is just emphasized that theme perfectly, and we'll get to him when we get to him. Chiro Fushimi, B. She doesn't really do a whole lot, and like, she emphasizes a really big problem with a lot of Persona 3 the social links. I mean, I play Persona 5 first, that's why I'm calling them that sometimes. They're just, like, finished themselves, you know? Like, the whole thing is that, like, oh yeah, my class hates because they think I stole the money, which is just, like, rank 7 or something. And then by rank 9, it's like, oh yeah, it solved itself. Thanks for the help! Like, you didn't even help. What did you... I don't know. Also, why does, like, Japanese School of Treasurers and all that? Is that just, like, a thing over there? Why do they need students taking care of money? That's a horrible idea. Especially someone who's British. Like, yeah, that would not go very well. But yeah. Chirishimi, she's nice, but again, she definitely does a social link is very just idle, you know. Miss Toriumi, aka Maya. I'm gonna be honest, like D, she's the worst of any of like the teachers. It's only because, right? This was fucking like just really weird. Like Innocent Sin Online. She's like dancing to MMO and she speaks like elite speak. It's early 2000 and it's just like she invents this random guy still using lead speak, which is so funny to me. Imagine trying to have a serious conversation and it's like, I feel very bad for ooh. Like it's so it's like the funniest thing and you can tell they're trying to make it I can't tell how serious they were with her. And in general it's a very like, because you can't really take it seriously, I have no like emotions about her whatsoever. Case C, yeah, another example of the Persona 3 content just kind of being Persona 3 social links just kind of being there. Yuko. There's really not much to say. I just think our design's really cool. I like anime girls with lips. I like anime girls with dark skin. I don't know, it's something you don't see that often. That makes me sad, since, you know, it oftentimes looks pretty cool. But yeah, Yuko gets an A. I think she was pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. Again, the social link's kind of hard to talk about. Maiko, C. Her thing was really sad. But at the same time, it definitely does feel weird. It really does. Like, the entire thing is like this, like, how old is Minato? Like 16, 17? And you're just hanging out with like an 8-year-old? It's just weird. It's just a weird thing. Boros, I want to say. C. This guy was just the standard, oh, I'm mysterious, I'll intrigue you, huh? You know, there's not really much to say, yeah. Baby is E. This guy he's just weird. He's not like a charming kind of weird. He's just weird. He's just like he's a weeaboo. That's what he is. This entire thing is like he's just a weeaboo, and it's not endearing. It's just awkward, and it's just kind of falls flat half the time. You know, like I can't really say much about it. It's just sort of like, yeah, he's a weeaboo, and he's creepy. He always has a fan, and like he constantly does the animation where he's like flutter, flutter, ooh, flutter, ooh, flutter. You know. The man fucking Tanaka. Can we get the theme song playing? I better out of that in this time. Yeah, this guy is like, there's not really much to say about it. This guy is such a welcome change of pace because like, Denji, his was cool, but it definitely comes in like it's weird for that to be the first one. But Tanaka is just like this guy teaching you to be a scumbag, and I love that. Like, there's no real good thing out of it. He's just teaching you how to be a shitty person and get away with it. And also, more importantly, this guy defeats Nyx. This guy can skip the final boss. I would never not love that. Who the fuck is this guy? I don't remember this guy. I'm sorry. I don't. Oh, this guy. Do you remember him? He's just Kaz. He's just Kazuichi, but not as good. Like he's like even the designs are similar. Like, you know, there's no point to this guy. This guy's completely like pointless. I mean, give us like a social like Junpei or Akihiko. Like, give us a reason to care about this guy. Also, Nozomi, he's just this gross fat slob. That's his entire social link. Half his dialogue is that's like half of his dialogue, and it's horrible. It's like the worst one in the series. I'm not even joking. Like, he is the low point. He's just he's sweaty. Look at him. Look at his icon. He's just this fat, sweaty kid. It's gross. Anyway, Makinari. You all knew this was coming. Anyone who's played Persona, anyone who's played Persona 3 and done his thing just knows. This guy's sad. Ugh, just thinking about it is making me emotional. Cause like Christ, like with most other like social things, they take a while, and it's like before they say the bad thing. This guy, his first one, just says, "Yeah, I'm going to die." And he just accepts that. That's what I think makes it really sad. He's not like, I don't want to die. I want to live longer. No, he's just like, I've already accepted that. Like, I just want to like find meaning. And he doesn't. But he doesn't care about that because he wants other people to be happy. Fucking tearing up a little just thinking about it. I'm not even one of these people who does that. It's just so well written. He's just so good, man. Akinari is the fucking best. I do not care what you said. I love this man. Even if his rank 10 was admittedly kind of odd, I still really like this. Ugh. Anyhow, Ryoji. Yeah, yes, so Ryoji is just kind of like a guy. I don't get why so many people really tend to like him so much. Like, even if he's like kind of like, wait, no, he's like Pharos, right? And that means he gets to be with him at sea, you know? Yeah, I don't even... Even if they have got like, the bad ending thing, that's just kind of a bit weird. So yeah. So, yeah, I don't really know that much to say, because we're going to move on to Persona 4. Yeah, Persona 4. Persona 4. It's going to be a long-ass video, I just realized that. Oh, shit, I'm getting a drink. So, yeah, now we're doing Persona 4. Oh. Okay. So, Yunarakami, he's just kind of this weird guy. I like him, though. Hard to speak about some of the protagonists. Oh no, maybe I shouldn't have recorded this after chugging a bunch of lemonade. Oh well. Oh, yeah, I should. Yosuke, the guy everyone wants to hate for some reason. I don't know why. Oh Christ, this wasn't a good idea, was it? But yeah, this guy is I really like how like almost immediately like he loses like one of his friends like close to him, and it's just kind of like holy shit. You know what I mean? Like this guy is kind of like this. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah, this guy is like for some reason everyone hates him. I don't know why. I think he was really good. But you know what? I'm gonna put him to A+ for sympathy points. Chie, Tomboy, S+, next. And Chie is the problem I think Persona 4's cast falls into. There's a lot to them, really. Like, after, like, their first scene, like, there's really only a thing with, like, the main cast, even though there's really only a few characters, but, yeah, after they do it, they really don't do a whole lot, you know? But it's just kind of like, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Chie just goes an A. Yukiko, A again. No, A. Kanji, A. I like it. I like his struggles with the whole I'm masculine kind of thing. If that makes sense. Like he's very like struggling with his masculinity, and I honestly really like that. You know, he's not just like I don't know. I'm not making that much sense. Okay, Rise. Do not know why I didn't pick it up, but Rise, I know I'm gonna get the Rise fans, the Rise incels, and Jesus Christ, I'm really worried. I'm sorry, but just Christ, like Rise fans scare me. Maybe because she just says senpai and you hear the yandere just goes. Teddy. What am I? He's more bearable than most of the mascot characters, but that really doesn't mean much because I hate all of them. Naoto. A again. and I feel like I need to say something when it comes to this, right? Naoto, if you got the fact she was trans from the game, what? The whole point was that she didn't want to be a man? That was her entire, like, thing, was that she wants to be a woman, but she isn't allowed to because she won't be taken seriously. Like, by all means, headcanon any other character you want as trans or anything, like you being trans, sure. And Chie being trans, sure. I've actually seen like some people think that, and I can kind of see why people would think that. Hell, even Yosuke. Even if Yosuke is trans, I don't know, but like, Naoto is not. That goes directly against the character, I'm sorry. Meme Man himself, Adachi! Can we get an Adachi moment in chat, boys? But yeah, Adachi, if you don't know, this guy's just a giant fucking meme, and I love that. No one takes him seriously, he's just a jerk. But also, he's like the best written antagonist, oh my god. Like, I'm not just putting him in S+ because funny memes, even imagine the fucking... Okay, Buddy Persona is like my favorite subreddit because all I do is just worship Adachi. He's an incel, that's his entire thing. But it's like, what if you just gave an incel like the powers of God? That's horrifying. It's like, I do honestly think like he is a really good antagonist because he's like, yeah, some people just have like more like, they just get better lives, and that's not fair. I want to make this world like fair. That is his whole like belief, and I really like that. He's not like just some madman being like, I want to kill all, yes, No, he just wants like a life that he doesn't have to worry about the impurities of the world, which he's like to struggle with for so long. He's like, it's something I really think the Persona 4 anime got fucking dog shit. Persona 4 anime, right? Just they made Adachi the one having like this giant tantrum or something, which ruins why he was such a good villain. He was such a good villain because he wasn't having some childish tantrum. No, it wasn't that kind of, the world is unfair. No, he was like mirroring like the themes everyone has about like real life. Like, most people agree with him. They agree like the world isn't fair. And if we did have like, when you see Adachi as the bad guy, right? If you were given the option to just make everyone's like qualms go away, you take it. Don't lie, you would. You would be like, yeah, make everyone just at peace with themselves, and like don't make it so the world's more fair. Like, maybe that's just me being a sociopath, but yeah, I can like see why Adachi would do that. It's like, I don't think it's as good as there is in Royal, because I think because Royal does like something like that amazingly. I'm not sure if are they? Yeah, they're are they? Yeah, they're on. Yeah, because yeah, they do that so much better, like amazingly. But still, Adachi is like really, really, really well written. Oh my god. Ryotaro Dojima. Nanako, do fucking everything. I'm not gonna see you for the rest of 8 years. Bye. That's like his entire character arc is just Nanako, do everything. Oh wait, no, maybe I should actually be there. Whoa. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. He's a bit of a dickweed, I must admit, but like, there's been worse. And I do like how it's not in like most other games, like someone like him would just be like demonized, it'd be horrible. But no, you can see why he does it, and it's actually like the thing is, the game didn't. It shows why he does it, but it didn't sympathize it, if that makes sense. That's something I think is really good. You know what? Moving on to, yeah, A+. Well, fuck it, why not? I think because he, like, think about it. The way that the game handles this whole thing where, like, because he's not, like, angry at Nanako or anything. I think that's why it works. It's more the fact that, like, he just, like, he feels shame, if that makes sense. He doesn't just want to, he feels like, I don't know, he's just really, really well written. Oh my god. I don't know why I put him in B. I think it was just, like, because, you know, Nanako was great and putting her on S. Who's being with Nanako, right? It's less the fact that she's, like, amazing or anything. So it's just like, how could you not like Nanako, you know? You look at Nanako and, like, it's just like, how could you not like her? And I'm gonna sound really weird, but she's just pure and wholesome, and I like it, you know? Like, I just like when they're like, that's something I really do like about Persona 4. There's a lot of just stuff. There's not a lot of everything's like, oh, super serious. It's just like, you can just have like a nice like time with people, you know, even if Narcos admittedly is pretty sad at times. Fox, again, they are an animal. What am I meant to say to that? Where did I put Koromaru? Oh, who cares? Current Case? No, that's not Case Cam. I can't remember this guy's name. Kuro goes in like, honestly, A. This guy's really good, and a lot of people really overlook him. He's cool. I honestly do really like him. I think there's not really that much to say. He's just really, really well written, you know? Like, well, not like, it's just, I don't know. You know when you just see a character and it's like, I like this man, you know? That's what I feel. Chosuke, I think is what his name was, now I think about it. Like, see, he really takes a backseat. I don't know, I already did Cursor, you know. This dweeb. I can't remember most of the Persona 4 social link names. This one's Sayaka. Yumi Ayane. Yeah. Basically, this guy, I do like him. I do like his thing with like Saki being dead, and he just can't move on from that. I like. It's definitely like. I remember someone described it like Akinari. No, they are not the same. Akinari and this guy are not the same. Akinari, like, I'm sorry, this guy is well written, but Akinari is so much better because it's like they are both like, because he's like surprisingly depressed. This guy's like, for Persona 4, is really depressing. That's a lot of people say Persona 4 isn't that dark or anything. It's dark, but it's not as outright sad as Persona 3. Like, Persona 3 is a really depressing game. Persona 4 isn't, and though admittedly that means I would much rather like replay Persona 4. At the same time, like, it is like when you have something like this, it reminds me a lot of like Tanaka's and Denji's, where it's a really nice change of pace, where you just get to have like this much more melancholy thing, you know. I must admit, it's kind of hard to take it seriously with that really upbeat, like, because a lot of Persona 4 soundtrack is upbeat. I'm gonna be honest, I actually cannot remember these people. Also, I haven't ever done Ayane's because Ayane creeps me out. Honestly, I don't know, I just don't like her design. It gives me weird vibes. Not even because she's young, I just reminds me of Pikachu. You know, it's me, Ayane. Yeah, who's that Pokemon? It's Ayane. Yes, Sayoko. I'm gonna be honest, I barely remember her, but I give her like a C. I like her design. That's really. This kid, I also cannot remember a lot of these. Honestly, you're just going and haven't played. I should probably make that haven't played session. Remember? Okay. Yeah. I am going to get a lot of flack from this. Unless you've seen the Satsuya thread. Yeah, she is great, honestly. She's a very different feeling character than a lot of the other Persona 4 cast. I think that's why a lot of people don't like her, but I think she's way better written than a certain other fucking tsundere in this series, but we're getting to that. Because, like, she isn't, like, outwardly hostile, she's more quick to snap, if that makes sense. And I think that's why... Look at my S-pick, they're so odd, but, like, you know, like, she's just, like, a good example of a character, like... But that's Satsuya thread. I'm just gonna link the Satsuya thread. I couldn't explain it any better than he did, because that is a really good thing that explains why. Yumi gets B. She's very basic. You know, there's already a whole lot to say here. She's just a bit like, yo, it's her. It be Yumi. It be her. Okay, you know, like, honestly, I can't really... Yeah, I don't know. Like, I do kind of like how they don't, like... Okay, I say like a lot, don't I? But yeah, like, she... I'm just gonna... Basically, Yumi, like... Her whole thing is, like, with her dad, right? And, like... He just walked out on them. And she doesn't want to see him, and I do like how the game is kind of like, is this right or is this wrong? But again, it's just one of those scenes where, like, it's definitely not, it feels like a soap opera, you know, it's very soap opera feeling. Okay. I'm sorry. Holy shit. I despise her. Okay. I like her design. But she's just everything in a character I do not like. I don't like Sundays. I think they're a really dumb trope. Like they're a real. I do have a few like difference in that. I is very good. I really like Natsuki from DDLC, but just in general, like I love Sundays. Is just more. It's less like, oh, they're so cute, haha. And for me, it's just more like, Jesus Christ, I just want to punch them. And so I want to do Marie. Like, it's not just that, right? She's super forced in. And I've heard some people say, like, oh, you can't say that when Kasumi was way forced in, right? But, yeah, I would argue Kasumi is more forced in, but Kasumi is way more enjoyable. Like, when, like, Kasumi's on screen, I'm like, yeah, you know, I like her. Like, when Marie's on screen, I'm like, ugh. Because I always know what's gonna happen. She's gonna bitch and moan for the entire duration of her screen time, and then she's gonna read. There's the poems. She drops the poems. It's like, and the game forces you to read them, and then it berates you for doing it. What else was I meant to do? And you have to get her to rank 10 in order to get her to be. And how could I forget? They made her like final boss or something. What was that? Why? That was like, yeah, you really do have to wonder, like. I remember someone described it right. The reason why no one because a lot of newcomers why does nobody like Maria that much? Imagine, okay, if Persona 5 came out on the only on the PlayStation 3, so it was like when it was like starting to die out, right? Persona 5 was lose popularity, and then they released a new port of it, right? And everyone was like, oh, Persona 5 Royal, and Kasumi was completely horrible to you. Just not like you had to get to rank 10. You already do though. And more importantly, she was also Yaldabaoth's sister or something. That's pretty much what Marie was. That's why no one likes her, because she's so forced in. Anyhow, Labris, see, she doesn't really stand out that much to me. I like her voice, I like her design, but again, the problem is that she was shoved into the visual novel games. I think if she was in the main game, she'd be really good. But still, same as Show. Like, also, more importantly, these two aren't fun to play as an Ultimax. Motherfucking Yosuke made an Ultimax, man. I will play Yosuke. I will admit, I'm pretty good as him. But yeah, these two just suck in the game. They don't have fun to play as or anything. I'm also not encountering, like, game statistics into this and all that. Like, yeah, Ken is, like, easily one of the best party members, and I'm putting him in D because he kind of, because, like, his personality sucks. But yeah, that's enough for now. We're gonna move on to Persona 5. Ren / Akira. V. Again, he's kind of. Here's the thing, I haven't actually consumed any form of spin-off, right? There's a reason for that. First of all, Strikers is very new, so I don't have. Is it Strikers or? Is it Strikers or Scramble? I don't know. I've heard people call it both things. Yeah, I haven't like gotten that game yet, so yeah, haven't read the manga, and good God, I'm not watching the anime because Jesus Christ, have you seen that? Go throw up some pictures on screen. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. So yeah, I don't think. Yeah, in general, I don't really have strong feet. I'll just put him in C. That's the whole point of C. Okay, Morgana. No, Morgana's E. I think I'd like Morgana way more if it wasn't for the fucking Okromura Palace. Why? The Okromura Palace was just horrible. The music brings me physical anguish. So it already has like horrible music, right? But that wasn't enough. You had to also make it entirely about Morgana. Even though, like, the problem with that entire thing, right, is they try and blame it on Ryuji. What did he do? Like, that was entirely Morgana's fault. He was like, Ryuji would do something, and then Morgana would be like, guess you're not all useless, huh, Ryuji? And it's like, what? No, you are the worst. You're even berating him when he does good. No wonder he like Ryuji only comes at him like once, and even then it's in that scene where like they split up, and it's entirely justified. She's put up with that for like what 4 or 5 months at this point. Wouldn't you be fed up? I would. I'd punt the cat fucking miles. Yeah, like Morgana's like a character. Also, the whole Lady Ann thing was just annoying. Like, I'm not even gonna say like, oh, it was objectification and all that, but it was just annoying. They thought, the best I can describe it, they thought that was so funny. They came up with that and they were like doing the, like, they were like slapping their knees. They were like cracking beers open. They were fucking loving it. It's not funny. Ryuji, the best bro of the franchise. I will not take criticism. Because it's being fuck it, S. Ryuji, right? He's a character with look. Talking about Ryuji always makes me mad because the fucking scene after Shido's palace where they all beat him up. It's like, what? That was not funny. You couldn't just let the moment simmer. No, you had to immediately try and like bathos it. But he didn't do bathos well and just made it horrible. And I'm like, that's that one scene fills with so much rage. This boy is amazing. He just want, like, his entire thing is just, I want to do good to my friends. Also, I haven't actually played Strikers yet, but they let him say fuck and okay. Ryuji's voice actor, I can't remember his name. Genuinely one of the best voice actors I've ever heard. Like the scene where he confronts Kamoshida, and like the scene in like Strikers where he just finally says fuck. Oh my god, literal chills every time. This guy's amazing. This voice actor. Oh my god, give him a raise. This man deserves it. On. Like B. This is when I was going to talk about this, and I finally have to talk about it. These characters are so flat after their awakening. Oh my god, I'm sorry. But what did Ann and Yusuke do after their awakening? Yusuke did some like, occasional funny things during scenes. Ann was the funny seducer. Like, don't go. I really like Ann, and I think her social link is really like good. But god damn, her like useless. Okay, if this was social link exclusive, she would be in like A+, maybe even S if I was feeling good. But her, she does nothing in the main story at all. It's just like, you know, I can't. I don't know. You know, yeah. Yusuke Kitagawa. This guy gets A+. He's just a good boy. I love how he's just odd. Like, most of the time, these kind of characters, like Yusuke, would be like a social link at best. But no, he's like a main party member, and you just have shit like, I bought lobsters, what do you think of them? And there's just so many scenes like that, like, his beach outfit. It's like swimming trunks and a hoodie. Like, I love this guy. He feels like a Persona 4 character, and I mean that in the best way possible. I don't think Persona 4... Like, I think it tried to be way funnier and it failed in a lot of areas. Like, that hot spring scene is so stupid. But still, he is just so odd. And I love how all the characters, like, they're still, they have the perfect level of, like, accepting he's weird and also just being freaked out by him, if that makes sense. Because, like, on one hand, they are like, what the fuck, Yusuke? And on the other hand, they're kind of like, yep, classic Yusuke. And it works somehow. Like, I love how they're just kind of like, okay, you do you, honestly. But again, he's a character who struggles because he doesn't do a lot outside of his awakening. Outside of, like, the entirety of Madarame's palace, he's just kind of occasionally like, Joker, we need to JoJo pose in a church. It'll be for the gram. It'll be for the gram, Joker. For the Vine. Do it for the Vine, Joker. I would never get that out of my head. No, the idea of skating, do it for the Vine. Cursor goes in E solely because here's the thing, right? I hate this term so much because she is a Mary Sue. I hate that term so much. It's less, hey, this character has no flaws and they're really not good. It's more, the woman did good thing in the movie and I know, Mary Sue. Ugh. But yeah, like, she is just such a Mary Sue, and it's largely because, for some reason, they just decided to not make her social link focus on her. Why? Why did they do that? I don't understand. It's very odd. In general, it's just like really odd that they just decided. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, there we go. But yeah, it's just odd they decided to do that because that makes her feel really flat outside of her awakening. And she does like everything as well. Like she does like everything in like the Phantom Thieves. Like Phantom Thieves like 100% capacity is all of them. At 99% it's just like Makoto and Joker. With like Futaba, maybe. Even if you're I have to admit, no, she gets D solely because her awakening is amazing. Like I think her awakening is easily one of my favorite scenes in the game. Especially like Ryuji's then like that's a bike, dude. Like that is like, even if the models are maybe like kind of goofy sometimes, like I don't know why they just never really mastered that, but it's a cool ass scene, and I think that like single-handedly bumps Makoto up to D. So Futaba, C. I think it's Futaba. No, Futaba gets a B. Mostly because her palace is just really good. But the problem is, outside of her palace, right, it's not like she didn't do anything. It's that she's just beep boop video game funny. Like, it's insufferable, especially like from with her, like in Strikers, it's like unplayable because you'll always be like, level up, whoa, critical hit, whoa, poggers. It's apparently it's like really bad, and even like the base game, it's bad. Like her entire social link is just, I'm a shut-in nerd. I need my big strong big brother to help me. Like, I'm not one of those people who be like, oh, Atlas, I'm trying to pander to like the minors and all that, because that's just weird. But yeah, there was definitely like a lot of like there was like a little bit of that kind of thing in like Futaba. I don't know. I'm reading too deep into it, aren't I? Lol, funny. But yeah, I think Haru gets A. I do really like her, but at the same time, again, her lack of screen time. I know that's like the funny joke, but it's so bad. Like my favorite example is in the end credits, right? The end credits of the game. They didn't have enough of her in cutscenes, so they had to use like the like two shots of the exact same cutscene. It's like it's just thinking about that is so funny to me because I couldn't like you could tell like there's a point like really late on where like, oh no, so they had to just force that in. It was like the funniest thing. Okay, so. Okay, yeah, just in general, she's nice, but again, a lack of screen time means I can't really, like, I'm not really like, whoa, she's great, you know? Akechi. C, yeah. I think, there's a problem with this guy's reveal, right? It's coming from a mile away. Even if you, like, haven't been spoiled, you can tell. Because first of all, the game immediately starts with, like, them saying, like, Sai being like, one of you in the Phantom Thieves is a traitor! And, like, you always want, and you're like, I can't remember who it was like some guy described it, and the problem is, it means, like, the only two real people it can be, right, is Ryuji, An, or Akechi. Who do you think it's more likely to be? The bro who's been there from the very beginning? The girl who's like there for almost the entire game just trying to help you? Or, you know, random guy who comes in, who is very clearly working and trying to investigate the Phantom Thieves. Has a very different, by the way. He's wearing, like, really bright colors, has a lightsaber and a ray gun. It's like, who do you think? It's really horrible. Like, you really do have to think just like, what were they thinking, you know? It's like, I definitely do think, like, I want to say Robbie Damon, I can't remember his name, but he does a really good job, especially when he like summons Loki. Like, that is like real like depravity in his voice. Like, props to him. Also in general, I think both of his designs in like Phantom Thieves are really cool. Like Crow, the mask looks kind of silly, but outside of that, it's really cool looking. Like, it's because like a lot of them are like modern takes on like a cool thief, and then you have like like, you know, you have like a catch with like tassels and all that, and like you think it'd be dumb, but it looks awesome. Kasumi slash Sumire. A plus. Yeah, she is really well written. Because, you know, she's just, you know, like, I think like the plot's just I must admit, it really tiring when, like, for some reason every scene with her set up with a foreign thing. But yeah, just in general, I do think like they were really well handled. Like, I don't really have much to say. They're pretty good. They're nowhere near as forced. They are as forced as Marie, but they're way more pleasant to be around. You know. But no, I've put her an A solely because, right? Is it just me, or does she look slightly out of place? That can't just be me, right? Like, you look at like Kasumi and like something looks off about her. Like, she looks like she's definitely a Persona character, but like not done by like Kaneko. If that makes sense. Because like everyone else is done by like except like the first two. Like it was like done by Kaneko, and she was. I feel like Kaneko was doing something slightly different. I think it's the eyes. The eyes are like way rounder. And that's something I've always really liked about Persona, is how like the eyes are very rectangular. You can see that, like the eyes are, especially in Persona 3, the eyes are really like kind of rectangular looking, and I think that looks really cool. It's like a neat little like thing. I just think sets it apart a lot. Naruki. I really like this guy. The reason why I think he's so good, right, is that he's not evil. And that's why I think he's so good. He's not evil, he's just kind of, I wouldn't say misguided. He's more of just someone who, like, he wants to do good. He just can't see the harm he's doing, because he thinks, I'll make everyone's lives perfect so I don't have to deal with any struggle. Because he's like a therapist. He's seen like how much like struggles can hurt people, so he wants to like get rid of them. But he didn't, you know, realize that with no struggles, there's nothing to life. So everyone, yeah, sure, they have like everything they want, but there's nothing for them anymore. They're just there. Like everyone just says how depressed they are. I think that's why Persona 5 Royal, the third semester, is so amazing, because it's not like everything else where it's like, yeah, it's not like any other game, like the bad whole like thing would be like, oh yeah, the world is miserable. It's run by dictators that anarchy in the streets. But no, the bad ending in Persona 5 Royal is everyone has like everything they wanted, and that's it. That sounds so like dumb, but that hits so hard. Like, ugh, he's just so well written. Sojiro, Coffee Dad, A. There's not really much to say here. I just don't know. Like, he's just a real. I remember I saw someone say like, "Oh, I didn't like him that much. He was a bit weird with like Futaba and all that." What? Like that's the epitome of just. I don't want my characters to have flaws. That's the whole point of him. He has like flaws because he just enables Futaba to be a complete shut-in because he feels guilty. Like I like. He's just written really well. Because like, I kind of do like how he has no fucking clue, and like you don't even really explain to him. Like he works really well for the serious scenes, like when he tells like the gang about what happened with Futaba. But like outside of that, he's just funny as hell. Because I can't remember when it was. It was like really near the end of the game where like he sees like, the talking, like he sees like Morgana, like a talking cat. He's like, what are you what are you kids doing? I'm scared. Like, I think it's like it's one of my favorite examples of like the models, like the slightly derpy, goofy looking models in Persona 5 just looking amazing. Because his eyes are like white, he looks like a fish when his eyes are open, and I think it just makes it 10 times funnier because it's like, what the why is your cat speaking? I don't get it. Oh, it's time for confidence. Okay. Actually said the last time it applies. Chihaya. Like, B. Chihaya's a very, like... Oh, like, Fate. I just realized, like, her theme was very Persona 3. So it feels like Persona 3 and Persona 5. Like, they all three games are character very similar. Of, like, there's something inevitable they feel like cannot be changed, right? But they would do it in very different ways, and I think Akinari is the best example. Chihaya's just sort of like, oh yeah, I can change fate. But she isn't real. I don't know. She was a very mid character. This guy was like, it was like sad, but like it was still like really. Like he kind of just kind of like a scepter and all that. I don't know. No, why am I talking about? I don't know. I'm getting Death and all that mixed up. And Akinari is just fucking hell. He's like one of my favorite characters. I honestly do think I can make like a video essay about like why I think Akinari is like so amazingly written. EY. I don't remember this guy from the Yakuza series. I don't know. Maybe he's in like any of them excited from Zero. I haven't only ever played Zero. Yeah, this guy's B. A B tier is where a lot of these guys are gonna go. Because I like them, but I don't love them. You know, like EY especially is just kind of like I forgot about him in my first playthrough, mostly because maybe it's just me, but I never used guns. But like again, I think it's a big problem in Persona 5. You never use like if you're like a casual playthrough, right? You're not going for 100%. You're never going to use EY because guns are completely useless. In Royal, they're a lot better, but they're still not amazing. In like vanilla P5, there is no reason to ever use guns outside of like the Kamoshida Palace, because it's just bad. Like it's really just like they do no damage. Like the only time you ever use them is like with Haru, because he has like gun skills for some reason. Takemi, step on me, step on me. Yeah, I think Takemi is good. I definitely do like how she's like, I don't know, I'm not good with words, but she's like, she's not a character who's like outright friendly, but at the same time, it's not like, she's not like an arsehole, she's just kind of like, you're this weird kid, I mean, I guess I'll go along with it, I did need a guinea pig after all. Do you think anyone got aroused by the whole guinea pig thing? Someone probably did, yeah, they did, that was me. But yeah, Takemi is cool. I definitely do like her. I think in terms of like just pure seeing the lore, I think she definitely has one of the most well-rounded personalities. Also got that well-rounded ass, you know what I'm saying? Also, I don't know why they decided to make like a doctor of such a hardcore goth aesthetic, but I kind of like it. It's a very unique-looking aesthetic, you know. Sadayo Kawakami. And before the Persona fans just get all uncomfortable with me, but yeah, mommy milkers. I don't even really say about Kawakami, because, like, mommy milkers. She's just, like, there's someone who dislikes Kawakami, I just like to talk. I just like to talk. Why? Simple. I don't get how you could dislike her. Like, she's definitely, like, one of the more, like, characters you just feel sorry for. Like, she's not, like, a character where, like, no, she's a character who's just like beaten down constantly. She's like, yeah, my life kind of sucks, honestly. Like, I don't really have much going for me. I'm a teacher. I don't make a lot of money. Most people don't really like me that much, and I'm constantly paying off debt. Ugh, like it's sad. No, here's the thing, right? She got fucking perks. Holy shit, they're so good. I'm not countering those in. But like seriously, oh my god, her perks are ridiculous. Like if you're playing Persona 5 for the first time and you're not sure what to do, always go for Kawakami when she's available. Holy shit, her perks are amazing. Also, there's perky mummy milkers. Oh yeah, unpopular opinion, I really like Oria. Come at me, bitch. Yeah, why do I like Oria so much? Simple. She's way more realistic than you. It is from Persona 5, right? And much like the characters, they are really hard to take seriously, a lot of them, because, like, not take seriously, like, they're very over-exaggerated. Like, we are not in, like, the Persona, like, 3 timeline anymore. The Persona 3, I think, had the opposite problem, where a lot of the characters are way too just wishy-washy. A lot of them are just kind of, like, random people. It's like, okay, like, this fucker. But, yeah, in general, like, Oria feels like a Persona 3 kind of protagonist. I think that's why a lot of people don't like her, because she's really different feeling. Also, just in general, like, a lot of people do think she's kind of weird, of like, oh, tell me about the Phantom Fields, kid, I'm drunk! I can see why people don't like, I can see why people don't like her as that much, but I don't get why she gets, like, so much outright hate. Like, what the fuck is up with that? Shinya. Sorry I'm having the single greatest drip of all time, this guy's like B. I didn't really care for him all that much. He was just kind of the kid. Do you reckon Shinya would play Spy Kids 3D? The game in Spy Kids 3D Game Over. I think you would. Again, not much to say. He's a very Hifumi Togo. Is the thing with Hifumi, right? What do I say about her? I don't mean in the same way of Kawakami, where it's like, oh, well, there's already not a lot I can say but negative about her. Hifumi's the most average. Like, I definitely do think that something Persona 5 got really good. Like, there's not really anything I think is outright bad in that game, but at the same time, there's also not a lot of stuff I look at. Like, I think there's some things I look at, I think other games did... Okay. Other games hit higher highs and lower lows, because, like, you have Akinari, my favorite character of pretty much the entire franchise, and Nozomi in, like, the exact same game. And I think, like, at the same time, the problem is because it has so many, like, it doesn't hit as many peaks for me. I think that's really apparent in a lot of the confidence. Look, a lot of them are just kind of like, yeah, I like them quite a bit. You know, like, I can't really, like, Fumi's like, I do kind of, she's a Kakegurui character. I just realized that. Oh, fuck. I don't like Kakegurui that much, honestly, so say. Yeah, she's just kind of very average. I do like her. We also don't dislike her. She's not really not much to say. Mishima, my Reddit using man. Like, we all agree. Mishima's a Redditor. He is a Redditor. He uses Reddit. He doesn't shower. Yeah, I like Mishima. I think... I remember, like, when I did, like, his shadow thing for the first time, I definitely did like it. It's a very Persona... It's like, it reminds me a lot of Persona 4. And I kind of like that. Again, I think Persona 4 had a lot of good concepts. It's just, you know... Too bad the dungeons suck. But yeah, I think Mishima's good. I really like his whole thing as, like... Just, it's a very... He thinks he's not good, if that makes sense. He's not as good as, like, a lot of these other people, like, a lot of them are just like, I want to do best. He, like, his entire sort of like, just wants fame. But, like, you can see why, because he's treated like utter shit, and he finally receives some kind... And when he sees the fans are popular, and, like, he sees the leader working with them, yeah, he thinks, like, he can finally do something. You can see why, and I like how, like... Again, it's more example of one thing I do love about Persona. They don't black and white things a lot, and it's something I really enjoy. Like, aside from, like, the palace villains, a lot of the time it is like, yeah, Mishima's not a very good guy, but, like, he also isn't. Like, he isn't doing it maliciously. He's more turning up, he's more ignorant. Does that make sense? Ugh. Okay. Yoshida. B. The thing is with... Oh my god, we've been recording about 40 minutes. This is going to be a long one. Yeah, the thing is with Yoshida... It's Yoshida. Like, again, his perks are ridiculously good. But at the same time, he's definitely like... First of all, I love how his thing is wholesome. His entire thing is just like, you're just helping him just feel good about himself again. There's not even like anything... Like, I do love that. It's just having this old like man just feeling better about himself. And I like that at the same time, again, there's not really much to it. It's like a blobfish comic. Like, yeah, it also might occasionally make you happy, but there's not really much there. Sai. Mommy lookers. Let's see. Problem with Sai, aside from having, like, such a good design, I don't even know why. I think the design's just really good. She's just not, like, anything, really. Also, she's really unlikable during the, like, Persona. During the thing with Makoto, for some reason she, like, just gets really pissy. I just don't like that. Could be worse, could be... I just realized the two pissy bitches are in the same tier. Okay, now we're going to the Velvet Room. That's sorted differently than everyone else. Okay. Philemon. D. What I've heard, this guy's a complete, like, giant irredeemable asshole in Persona 2. But, like, in Persona 1, he's just kind of a guy. CG on him is fucking atrocious, but still. He's not really someone I care all that much about. Got a cool design, though. Igor. I am Igor. Welcome to my Velvet Room. Here's the thing, right? This guy gets A for one reason only. The twist in Persona 5. I'm so mad Persona 5 was my first Persona game. Because, like, don't mind, even as, like, my first game, that caught me completely off guard. Imagine, like, playing every single one, and that twist happens. Like, play Persona 1, Igor's a nice guy helping you with Personas. Persona 2, same thing. Persona 3, way more important, but he's still, like, helping you a lot. Persona 4, he's, like, you know, doing all that. And Persona 5, he's, like, slightly different, and he's like, oh, okay. And then at the very end, it turns out he was under, like, the Elder Buff's control the whole time. That would have been so insane. But yeah, this guy's like in general, like I can't really say much about him. I just really like that twist so much because like I can see the perspective of someone who's played all 5 games, seeing that and just losing their fucking mind. This guy was nameless, right? See who the fuck is this guy? Okay, so Elizabeth A. Elizabeth is just like, do you think there's anyone who actually dislikes Elizabeth? No, I just realized, okay, I'm putting Elizabeth an A+ for the sole reason of just fucking have sex with her. I just remembered that. Like, at the very end of her Hagana, it's like, oh yeah, here's the universe card. Also, I'd like to be more intimate with you or something like that. And then it's just something like, you spent a long night with Elizabeth. I was like, oh my god, you have sex with someone in a Persona game. Theodore. She was like, eh. Margaret C. She's definitely the most like, yep, she's there. You know, there's really not a whole lot to Margaret. She's definitely the most like, yep, she's there. She's a character, and I'm gonna look at her as I do the compendium. Coraline and Justine, they're both the same for me. I like the nicer one more. I was gonna try and remember the name, but that's not worth it. But yeah, I like the nicer one a little bit more. But just in general, like the two, like, I don't know, there's not much to say there. Lavenza, again, they're right there. You meet you don't know them for that long, you know. That's the biggest problem. You're really only there for a really small amount of time. Jose D. The problem is with Jose, right? Why? He's like the most unnecessary addition. Here's what I like to call a, oh shit, we need more features in the re-release kind of thing. Because it's like, oh, we need more things in the re-release. Let's make it so in Mementos you can find flowers, and yeah. You know, it's very like, why? Like, why would I bother? It's just this. Like, he doesn't really do anything in the overall story. It's just this weird velvet kid. You know? Yeah, there's really not that much to say about him. That's the biggest problem. He's just there. So we're gonna go through every single character, okay? At the very bottom, okay, so F tier, very bottom. This Blork I can't remember. Nozomi, Marie. E, Bebe, and Morgana. D, Reiji, Kanamada, Koromaru, Hidetoshi, Miss Toriyumi, Teddy, Fox, Makoto, Philemon, Jose. C tier, Thayo Brown, Nanjo, something. Hidehiki Brown, Eriko, Kirishima, Ayase, something, Bikino, Kari Takaba, Fukuyama Gishi, The Old, Kisuke, Maiko, Faros Ryoji, Chosuke Sayako, Labris, Sho Minazuki, Ranma Miyama / Akira Kurosu / Yoka, Goro Akechi, Sai Nijima, Nameless, Vocal, Margaret, okay, B tier, Maki Sanamura, Akihiko Sanada. I guess I was gonna say a lot of fun. Shinjiro Agaraki, Kenji Kazuichi, Shiro Fushimi, Yuna Rikami, Yumi Ozawa, Anand Kamiki, Futaba Sakura, Shia Mifune, Iwai, Shinya Oda, Ifumi Togo, Kurosuke Yoshida, Caroline and Justine, Lavenza, A-tier, Kuroto Yuki, Junpei Iori, Yoko Nishiwaki, Chie Satonaka, Yukiko Amai, Kanji Tatsumi, Risei Kujikawa, Naoto Shirogane, Ko Sunday, really can't remember, I really hate Haru Kazumi / Sumo Yoshirawa, Sojiro Ryo Kawakami, Ichika Oya, Igo, A+, Naoya Todo / Boy with the Earring, Mitsuru Kirijo, Yosuke Hanamura, Ryotaro Dojima, Yusuke Takura, Tai Takemi, Elizabeth, S tier, Tanaka. Can we get the theme song going again? Nanako Dojima, Ai Ebihara, Ryuji Sakamoto, and Yuki Mishima. S+, Akinari, can't remember his last name, Toru Adachi, and Maruki. That has been my Persona 14, Persona tier list. I hope you guys don't crucify me too much for not remembering for not knowing who some of these guys were. Anyhow, I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna hate editing this, aren't I? Arrivederci.